All right, so I just I had to come out in the car because the babies are sleeping, so I don't want to talk too loud. So I'm outside. I'm drinking and driving. The cops behind me coming to get me. But anyway, so I just watched. I would say about 60% of the Joe Biden interview with George Stephanopoulos. Just so you know, the guy that's interviewing Joe Biden tonight was what the hell was his job? He worked for Bill Clinton. He was his head of staff or chief of staff. I think it was chief of staff for Bill Clinton back in the 90s. So this guy is partisan, 1,000,000 quadrillion percent partisan. He's a Democrat through and through. He's one of those old school Democrats. He's not. You guys have to realize that the Democrats, there's two different type of Democrats. There's the old like boomer Democrats that are like willing to try to cast spells on the millennials and the younger kids to try to trick them into voting Democrat, but they're usually pretty fucking racist. They're actually way more racist than I've lived long enough on this planet. I'm almost 50. I've lived long enough on this planet to realize that some of the most ardent Democrats, the ones who say I'm Democrat, the ones who vote Democrat 1,000% of the time, those are the most. They'll actually say racist shit. Like you'll hear it, like it's literal racist shit. And conservatives are really. People always say, "Oh yeah, they're like they want to be like slave owners." Like it's not like that, dude. It's so fucking hilarious. It's some of my family members are like lifelong Democrats, and I hate to admit they said the most racist shit I ever heard in my life. White Democrats. But anyway, I was watching Joe Biden again get dragged out in front, dragged out in front of cameras. This is getting to be disgusting, y'all. All right, so this is the one point I wanted to make about Democrats. Think about this. Joe Biden, his daughter had a diary that was found at a drug rehab because all of his kids are on drugs. And that's, neither here nor there, but obviously there's something there or here with that. But think about this. Her diary was found, and in her diary, she talks about not feeling comfortable taking showers and that she found herself taking showers as a child at very odd hours to avoid an older male figure in her family that lived in the same house because they would come into the shower with her. This sounds crazy. Look it the fuck up, people. Because I know the media that you watch isn't telling you this, but just Google it. You'll find factual information about this. The way they try to downplay the Ashley Biden's diary disgusting story was by just trying to arrest the person who brought the diary out in public. So they didn't deny the diary was real. They just tried to get the person in trouble for providing basically giving out somebody's personal private information. So basically they're admitting it's real. Let's just avoid the whole idea that she's saying that somebody, whether it be Hunter or Bo or Joe, one of those three male figures in her life would be trying to creep up in the shower with her when she was a baby, a kid. So that's what Joe Biden or Joe Biden's family of fucking devout Democrats get up to. Now we're watching a second layer of that. They are now dragging an elderly, senile, dementia-ridden man who's embarrassed himself over and over again and is doing it again tonight, making him go back out there, and they're making him answer these questions. And the person who's asking him the questions, George Stephanopoulos, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is a devout Democrat. So they are literally eating their own. This is the problem. See, this is where we can't seem to, it's like UFC fighting. It's politics in the United States of America has turned into like the UFC. The Democrats are willing to fucking rip your eyeballs out, squeeze your nuts, punch your mom. They don't give a fuck. They will pull any trick out the bag. And Republicans are like usually like Christian conservative, like, let's move slow. Let's not act rash. You see what's happening here? You have a golden retriever versus pit bulls. We need to turn into fucking pit bulls, people. Because if we continue to just be Clydesdale classic, beautiful fucking animals and just walk down the street and try to look perfect all the time, you're going to lose to these trifling motherfuckers on the left because they don't give a fuck. They will literally sacrifice their firstborn for 4 years of power. So process that and realize that it's got to get to a point where if they're willing to trot Joe Biden out, their Lord and Savior, who they've for some reason got behind. I don't know why they did that, but they did. And he is where he's at right now. And everything's happening. That's their own doing. But think about what they're doing to him now. They're eating him alive. They're eating him alive on national television. That's fucking disgusting. And we're not willing to do that. And I'm not asking you people to be like that. What I'm asking you to do is to learn how to fight a little bit dirtier. That's all. 2024.